Sorry. I dropped the phone and we have to start over, but we're going to add it together, so don't worry about it. I'll click it together. Okay, go on.
I am not going to spark a hate bullying thing because I have had it up to my eyeballs with that stuff. And I'm just over it because at the end of the day, I had to calm Megan down because she was, when I picked her up, as I was cooking dinner and I kept getting 35,000 texts, I am in agreement with those that said that even if we don't find out, I'm not going to stop watching the show. Do I want to? Yeah. Will I?
And you have to admit out there's times where everybody probably has felt that they wanted to throw in the towel.
But will I? No. Because I've invested too much of my time, money in purchasing the seasons, effort. We actually got on the damn show. Like, there's too much for me to just say, you know what, all right, if we don't find out, I'm done. In a moment of anger, you know, anybody that's human is going to say that because they really should not sit there and say, oh, you're getting a big A reveal, but is it a big
it's a play
A
on
reveal?
Words, like,
or is it big A's reveal? Like, that's not cool with me because Pretty Little Liars themselves, like the main Facebook page, somebody actually said that last night and they commented back to them and they said, no, this is for real, this is the big reveal. Well, don't say that and then have Damage Control initiated the next day by saying, oh, well, this is what was said. And this is how we meant it.
We talked about it. That is, Marlene King went onto Twitter today to specifically do Damage Control. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. She was there to pick up the pieces. Like, everybody was under the assumption that we were going to find out who Big A was because of the promo. Like, you saw it in the commercial. # Big A reveal. But now they're saying that we're not. And it's frustrating. It
is very frustrating. But one thing that was picked up out of that promo, which I was trying to listen to it last night and listen to it. Props to Kristen Weiss. Actually getting shouted out by A to the motherfucking troublemaker.
Yeah.
Velkommen, which is Icelandic for welcome. The episode is titled Welcome to the Dollhouse. Two people besides Byron and the rest of the Montgomery clan. Obviously, Arya has been in Iceland, but so has Ezra. Because in the pilot episode when they first met in the bar, he said to her, I spent some time in Reykjavik. Well, that's the capital of Iceland. Now, that is not where we're going with what we're thinking right now. But it's something to think about as far as what this actually means. And why they're going to go ahead and throw that into a promo where there's obviously people that live in Iceland that probably picked up on it. Like, that'd be like somebody saying, Come stai, in the promo, and me being like, wait a minute, that's Italian for how are you? Like,
Como esta? That's Spanish.
That's Spanish, como estás. I said, como stai.
What?
Como stai.
Como stai. I'm like, what?
But anyway.
Well, we're not completely...
Long story short, we're not completely off the Ren thing, but we're starting to sit here and rethink it and seriously go back and trying to look up everything and maybe even just forego season 2 altogether and just start at season 3 and work our way up and see what we could pull out of it. Because if in one episode you could give us some big clue that's going to suddenly turn the light on and instantaneously we'll be like, wow, this is so heartbreakingly beautiful. Like,
Well, it's the truth, though, because, like, it's so confusing. Okay,
we've sat there
Keegan
and
Allen
analyzed.
says that we will know who Big A is by the finale. We will know as an audience who Big A is, whether it's a reveal or a big clue, we're going to know. Well, if it is a clue that is so substantial that we will be able to figure out who Big A is, why not just show Big A?
Why not just show the actual, like, why give us more clues and raise more questions when we've been sitting here since season 1 with questions that have still not been answered? And granted, okay, Mona, being the person that did everything but 2 things, okay, whatever. The point is, you're going to take this much time to build up to something that questions that should have been answered years ago.
Yeah.
Like, there's people out there that have been watching this show literally since grade school, that are now in high school. And it's like,
okay, when we did that season 1 video, that wasn't even like all of the questions. Okay, that was just some of the main questions that we found.
Stuff that was
but can we say that there was probably at least a good 100 questions just from season 1 that were never answered? Yeah. So if we have a good 100 and some questions from each season that were never answered, like, if we think about this, the only thing that we have found out since season 1, episode 1, was that Mona was on the A-team. Toby's reveal was not real. Ezra's reveal was not real. Like, we have found out nothing. And I just feel like we are being so bamboozled. Like, we are just being fooled into... Yeah, we are just being fooled into watching a show because they know that they can get away with it.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, granted, we have these filler episodes where we're all like... But, I mean, like, they do keep us on our toes with a lot of stuff. But at the same time, they raise too many more questions while not answering other ones. If you're going to sit there and throw more questions at us, fine. But answer the other ones.
At least for every 5 questions you throw at us, answer 2.
Go back and start answering questions from season 3 at least. Like, stuff... For instance, okay, Cece and Allie being Redcoat. There was a third one. Who the hell was that? Like, was that A? Was it not A?
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. Because now the Redcoat theory, like the whole Redcoat thing is like on the back burner. Nobody talks about it. Not one of these people says in this show, oh, Redcoat, do you remember this? Like, nothing is brought up again. And that's why I said last night in our recap video about Kate... with the whole thing with Rosewood. Okay, yeah, the picture, granted, whatever, but all of a sudden her name is brought back up after how many seasons?
Yeah, she is no relevance.
No relevance whatsoever. And I'm just...
Here's my thing. I understand, like, trust me, I don't want this show to end. We love the show, obviously. A lot of our time, you guys could sit there and speculate what you want and say, like, oh, you guys aren't true fans of the show if you get pissed off over... No, because...
That actually makes us true fans of the show, thank you very much.
Yeah, when we get so involved in a show, of course we're going to get pissed off. We're going to feel the emotions, and we're going to feel everything that this show is putting us through. Like, it's like
we've sat
Pretty
there,
Little
we've
Liars is my second life.
Yeah, seriously.
Do you know what I mean?
We've gotten angry. We've cried. We've been happy with it. We've been sad with it. Like,
we have a lot invested in this show, and my thing is that, do I want it to end? No. But I also feel like they're dragging it out as much as they can just to make money. Now, am I saying that there can't be a potential story in season 7? No. But here's my thing. If we do find out who Big A is, whether it's in the finale or whether it's freaking season 6A finale, whatever the case may be, what is going to take a season and a half to... Like, what is going to take up a season and a half of the, like, you know what I mean? If they find out who this Big A is.
Well, according to what people have been posting, or I don't know if it was Keegan Allen that said it, but we're going to be, like, basically yelling at the screen at these girls because we'll know who A is, but they won't. And that's, obviously, that's going to piss everybody off. That's absolutely going to piss everybody off. But at the same time, that's got to sit there and have you thinking, who is going to make us that pissed off. That's a part of their everyday life. There, episode after episode. Who is it? Who is it? Think about it.
I don't know. All I know is that there comes a point where we need to all be realistic here. And, I mean, do we enjoy the show? Yes. Do we get more pissed off than we are happy with the show? Absolutely. Because this show has gone nowhere in 5 seasons. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat things. Like, this show, literally, since season 1, we have found out that Mona was the original A. That is all we found out. You could sit there and say, well, no, we found out that Toby was on the 18, but he was doing it to protect Spencer. We never found anything else about that. So, like, nobody's ever asked him questions about what you've heard, what you know, nothing. We found out that Ezra was writing a book.
But if that was me and Mike was and I'm not talking about Mike Montgomery, I'm talking about my fiance, Mike. If he was part of some clan of people that have been torturing me, all to protect me, you could rest assured that I'd be sitting him down and asking him questions as to who else is on this team. Because why this is not being done does not make any sense. And Troyan Belisario said it herself tonight on Twitter. She'd be, in real life, get the hell out of that town, go to the FBI, never mind the Rosewood police.
Mm-hmm.
And not even that,
these are like murders. It's not even just like, oh, these girls are being tortured anymore. No, people are dying. People are getting framed for it.
It wouldn't have even come to that point with me, because from the first message, I'd be at the police station, trace this, see who the hell it is. Obviously, at that time it'd be Mona, but come on, people start dying. It's just gone.
It's getting unbelievable. It's getting unrealistic, and it's getting to the point
and granted, that's why we have a show. I mean,
understood.
Let's face it,
but now we're not saying that this show is terrible. Obviously, if it was terrible, we wouldn't watch it. But I just feel like there's a lot that they're getting away with because they know that no matter what, we are going to keep watching. And that's unfortunate. It really is, because we the people, like, I know it sounds stupid, and it's like I'm trying to be like Martin Luther King here, or freaking like something like that, but I'm just saying, like, we as the audience will be the people in order to form, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like I'm like giving a speech, but no, I'm just saying, like, I feel like honestly, we as the audience should have more of a say in, like, no, you need to stop bullshitting, and we need fucking answers. Like, otherwise, like, I don't know how much more I can take. Like, really, honestly, it is starting to take a toll on my everyday life. Like, seriously. It is honestly, it is getting to me. It is really making me want to, like, just be like, just be done. Like, and I'm not saying I'm gonna stop watching, because we all know out there that that'll never happen. But that's what I'm saying. That's the type of power that they have over us, so they can do whatever they want. They can make it go on for another 7 seasons if they want. And that's not fair.
No, it's not.
I just feel like we're powerless.
Granted, okay, if it were to go on another 7 seasons, at least, again, what I said before, give us answers before you throw more questions at us.
I'd be cool with watching it for another 10 seasons if the answers that we have, that need to be answered, are answered now, and then we have new questions arise. That's fine.
Because I was reading somewhere, and I know where I was reading it, but apparently while they're in college, it's going to pose a new threat. So what you're saying then is that after Big A is revealed, now we have B coming out of the shadows. Mm-hmm. And really, no, I can't, no. I'm sorry, but I am not going to sit there and believe that people that are close to my age, as far as college years,
are going to be
tortured and like
still
tortured without being like, oh hell no,
that enough's enough.
Like, that's it. Adults, it's bad enough with these kids that they can't even go to their parents for any kind of,
which doesn't make sense. Like,
I just can't.
Well, that's all we had to say. So
that's it.
Peace.